Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm here in sunny Miami and I'm delighted to be joined by Christopher Pearson. Christopher, you've got the hat and shades on. How are you finding Miami so far?
I'm enjoying it, man. Glad to be here. Glad for the opportunity to fight for a world title. And more glad that I'm prepared and I'm able to go in there and do what I know I can do and hopefully come out with the victory.
Well, you're fighting for the IBO world title against Carlos Gongora. Now, he fought Magomedov in December there. He was an underdog. He put in a fantastic performance to get that title. He was a heavy underdog. A lot of people had that Magomedov, who was the heavy favourite there. He showed what he's capable of. Did you watch that fight, and what's your thoughts on your fight against him itself?
I did watch the fight, and I thought he was very poised. He fought the way that I would have fought, under those circumstances. I think that he stepped up to the plate and did what he was supposed to do, and he put himself in a tremendous position, and I look forward to doing the same thing.
Talk to me about this IBO world title. It's a minor title. It's not, everyone thinks it's like the WBC, WBA, IBF and WBO, the world titles, but it is a world title. It's a bargaining tool, so to speak, to get them big fights. If you win, or when you win against Gongora, are you going to use that as a bargaining tool to get the bigger names in the super middleweight division to fight you?
I mean, of course, that's the nature of the business. You win big fights to put yourself in a position to get bigger, more lucrative fights. But as far as minimizing the title, a world title is a world title, and beating a guy like Carlos Gongora was put me in the history books because he's a phenomenal talent. He's a world-class fighter. I feel like he's top 3 in the super middleweight division with being Canelo, Saunders, and then I put Carlos Gongora right there. So beating Carlos Gongora is everything to me. It's not really just about the belt. The belt, like you said, gives you leverage, but I love beating top competitors, guys that are outstanding fighters, skillful, and I feel like he fits all the descriptions, but I also feel like I can beat him.
Well, that's the reason why you're here. Also, you mentioned Billy Joe Saunders and Canelo. It's a tough fight next month and that, but a couple of wins. It's not unheard of that you can face these guys. If you keep winning, win that IBO world title, keep getting another good solid wins under your belt, top 5 competitors. I mean, those fights are there for you, aren't they, against them two guys?
Absolutely. I was offered Canelo earlier last year, and that was coming off of just beating Yamaguchi for a regional belt. So my skills speak for itself. Winning the IBO would definitely give me more leverage, but I think just a great performance will keep me in the upper echelons of the division. So that's what I'm more so honed in on, just going there and performing well, using my skills, using my mind, and getting the job done.
For people back home in the UK and stuff like that, and people that might not have seen Christopher Pearson fight, what do you bring to the table against Gongora?
Sharp skills, good jab, good defense. I'm willing to sit in there and trade. I'm willing to box. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win. I feel like I'm the complete package. And I think that Saturday night I'll be able to show that.
Can you stop him?
Absolutely. In boxing, anything can happen. And especially when you can punch like I can punch and you can punch like he can punch, anything can happen. It's just a matter of who gets there first. And we shall see Saturday night. Definitely.
I'm glad you mentioned Canelo as well. We had and Billy Joe Saunders, because it's a tough ask for Billy, but a lot of people are saying that Billy brings something to the table that Canelo hasn't faced before. The trash talking side of things, the mind games, the slick southpaw we know he has trouble with. Yeah. Do you give Billy Joe Saunders a chance against somebody like Canelo?
Absolutely. Billy Joe Saunders is an outstanding boxer as well. Southpaw, crafty. And it's not just Canelo. Any fighter struggles with a guy who's capable of coming forward and going backwards, controlling the range. So I think it's going to be a tactical fight. Early on, I think Canelo will possibly eventually break him down. But if Saunders can use his legs and stay sharp the whole fight, he can make it really tough for Canelo. So I think it's I favor Canelo, but at the elite level, it's always a 50-50 fight.
How do you said Canelo might break him down. Do you think that this is going to go the distance, or do you think because Billy is undefeated in 30 fights, he's a 2-weight world champion. I mean, that's nothing to be sniffed at, is it?
At all. I don't see Canelo stopping Billy Joe Saunders. I don't see Saunders stopping Canelo. I see it being a very tactical, great fight. Ultimately, I just feel like Canelo, he's proven himself over and over, so it's hard to go against him. I feel like he goes to the body well, he goes to the head well. I feel like he's a great defender. So I just feel like Canelo has a little bit more advantages, but I also know that, like you said, Saunders is a tremendous talent and has a bunch of skills. So I wouldn't be surprised if Saunders boxed his way to a victory. Or even, like I said, at this level, anything can happen. He could catch a guy. Canelo hasn't been hurt in a while, but, he has been hurt before. So anything can happen in that ring.
Canelo is a lot of people's pound-for-pound number 1. How good is Canelo?
I actually had the opportunity to spar with him for 6 weeks when he was getting ready to fight Islandi Lara, and he's phenomenal. He's an outstanding talent. He got great instincts. He does struggle with boxers though. So if you have good legs, I mean, you seen when he fought Floyd, he was young, but at the same time, those same threats are still things that he struggled with. Somebody who's able to use angles and good jab. I mean, that's any fighter struggle with a guy who's capable of doing that. So Canelo, in Canelo's defense, he's always able to answer the bell. He's always able to make the adjustments. So I think that's what's going to tell who's able to make the adjustments and who's able to keep control, and that'll be the winner. And 9 out of 10 is probably be Canelo.
Well, Chris, I won't keep you much longer, but for fans here in the US and fans back home in the UK, what can we expect from you this Saturday night?
Explosiveness, sharpness, a great jab, the will to win. And, you know, after I win, I'm going to give God all the praise and glory because it's all up to him.
Skilful, thank you so much for doing this for IFL TV. Hope to see you press conference. I'll see you at the weigh-in on Friday as well. Cheers, champ.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.